Hello YouTube, it's PCCSPN here, making this video with my iPod's back camera, so sorry if the beginning was a little bit awkward. Okay, I'm going to start by real quickly saying I've already edited today's review, but just as my luck, the program is frozen. I'm hoping it's unfrozen now. I've already done this video before with the front camera and it didn't look very good. So yeah, but I'm just doing this sort of quick update thing to hopefully kill some time and let that whole situation with Windows Movie Maker situate itself out. If you don't know already, Windows Movie Maker is a nightmare, but it's all I got. It is really all I got. It's the only thing I can use for now, at least. Maybe one day in the future, hopefully very near future, I can. Actually, okay, we're not going to get into all that, but anyway, as you'll have probably noticed in some of my past reviews, I think it started really happening in my Aquamoto review. The volume rockers, the volume seems to automatically adjust itself when I'm doing my app reviews, and it does it especially with the landscape apps. Now, when I did my Angry Birds review, you might remember me saying that I thought it was huge that it could go landscape both ways. Like I could, have it both ways. Home button either on the right or home button either on the left. It would work both ways because it would automatically adjust itself. Because of that, that's why I said that was a pro, because that actually meant that I could go ahead and prevent the whole volume reducing thing from happening. So I'm thinking about doing a few renovations to my Lego dock. Right now they're just going to be renovations. One day in the near future I might go ahead and make a completely separate one for my 4th generation exclusively, but let me show you what I plan to do as a temporary fix. And this is why I'm using the rear camera, so I can see the screen a little better. As you can see, if you take a look in the bottom portion of it, if you look right here, you see these studs? Right here. I think the volume rockers are resting on these studs, and if you have ever looked at the back of an iPod Touch 4th generation, you'll know that the volume rockers are sort of behind the iPod. And because of that, this is going to look completely weird and awkward, but set you guys here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and put these 2 Lego bricks right here, so I can have it at the adjustment that I have it set to when I do my app reviews. So I'm just going to set those right there. When I apply pressure to the top of my iPod, if you haven't seen me, well, you know the way I hold my iPod when I'm doing landscape app reviews with the dock, because it makes it more comfortable to do, and it keeps it still. That's big. It keeps it still. I mean, that's huge, because this thing has literally no traction in here. But if I apply a little bit of pressure to the top, do you hear that sort of a thump? That little bit of a thump there is actually the upper volume rocker moving. And if I scoot you guys over a little bit, just a little bit, that's a slightly less thump, but I do believe that is the lower volume rocker bumping. But it really only happens with the upper volume rocker, which is really annoying. I adjust my volume to keep it at a reasonable level, so that way it doesn't completely obscure my voice. But when it adjusts itself like that, it makes my review sound horrible, because the sound gets really badly messed up. So the renovation is going to be doing, and if you do plan to make your own Lego dock, some people can just take a look at a Lego model. They just sort of need a view of all positions, and they can easily make the Lego dock. And there's the top and the bottom. Somebody actually did request that I do this earlier today, so I might link them to this video, because I just did right here. But what I'm actually going to do, there's going to be a very simple fix. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a 2x1 Lego here, and I'm going to put another 2x1 Lego here. I'm going to put another 2x2 block right here, and another 2x2 block right here, and then I'm going to add another supporting Lego. Basically, all I'm doing is I'm just elevating the iPod just a little bit more, so that way I can have it a little higher up. But what it's also going to do is it's going to elevate the volume rockers away above these studs, so that way nothing happens. Nothing accidentally can depress them. So this is just going to be a temporary fix. I'm not really even sure I'm going to glue them, unless if it really becomes a problem. But And if I do decide that it's necessary to glue them, then what I'm going to do, because this is originally a design for the second generation, right here with the case on, as you can see it works fine like this, but you know, with all those modifications it's probably going to look a little bit weird. So what I'll probably do, I'll probably put some more Legos here or something, stack that up even higher, maybe add another 2x1 Lego there, so that way I can keep this thing nice and elevated, but we'll see how it looks. And yes, so I mean, here's what I'm talking about actually right here. Let me go ahead and demonstrate this sort of problem here. With my second gen iPod Touch here, if I do the same thing I did already to my fourth gen right now, apply a little bit of pressure right here. This is pretty much the problem part right here. A little bit of pressure, nothing is happening, because the case is actually preventing that from happening. If I go ahead and take the case off, what it will do is now I can actually show you what's going on here. Apply a little pressure. It's not doing it right now. Actually, when it's perfectly centered, it works fine. I mean, actually, the volume rockers are what's keeping it perfectly centered. But if I go ahead and lift it up just a little bit, scoot it over a bit, push, there it goes, right there. So, actually, the volume rockers are actually a bit of a bonus here, because if you look, it's pretty much dead center on the dock. It's what's keeping it centered. It won't really move any further because the volume rocker is in the way, if you can even see in there. Probably not. But yeah, so that means nothing happens. But, you know, again, push, it still happens. But when this thing is perfectly centered, I'm going to try and get it as centered as I can. Right about there is pretty much the same position I had it in. You can hear it bumping right there. It's still happening, so that's more dilemma there. So that's actually really all for this video, just sort of talking about how I'm going to hopefully prevent that from happening in future app reviews, because I'm honestly really liking the dock setup here. I really like being able to use the dock to do my app reviews, but the only problem is that when it keeps automatically adjusting the volume whenever I apply pressure to that certain spot, it really gets annoying. It really makes it hard for me to do it. You'll actually, if I can get Windows Movie Maker to unfreeze, which hopefully it is by now, you'll see how annoying it gets. It's at its peak of annoyance right now. So I'm going to go ahead and look into doing this sort of renovation here, so that way I can hopefully improve these reviews a little bit more. So that's really it. I mean, that's really it. So again, I do be slightly expecting a delay in tonight's app review. So that's really it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go now. So thanks for watching and adios. Oh, one more thing real quick. I'm just gonna make this real quick because this is a long video. After tomorrow, I'm gonna have no more apps. So you're gonna need to request apps. And I actually did make a rule change right off the ball while I was editing. I just threw this in. What you're going to need to you can request as many apps as you want now, but I'm going to only use the first app you request. But if things are getting desperate, I'm then going to start using the extra apps you requested as backups. So yeah, I'm only lacking Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays, and I do plan to do those 3 days on the same day and then upload them, at their respective days, because if I don't do that, I won't have any time to do them. So that's really it. I'm going to go now before this video goes over 10 minutes. Thanks for watching. Adios.